Morning everybody, Kathy here from Pintail Paddocks. So today is sharing a couple of catastrophes that have happened and the way that I'm going to hopefully make the best of the situation. So I'll take you over and show you what's happened overnight. So walking into my polytunnel, this is what I found this morning. So that had been knocked over, and if we have a look down the bottom, we can see that my plants have been knocked over. It's mainly my squashes, some newly planted seeds, and my tomatoes. So let's have a bit of a look and see. So, golly, it's not good, is it? See if I can just tip those up and over. Oh well, I'm definitely going to have to see to those today. So come along with me and see how I can hopefully help them to survive. So I've just got to make the best of a bad job really with these. These got some roots on, so I don't know what they are because they've all been muddled up. I think that they were Turk's turban and butternut squash. Because these get quite rooted quite quickly, I'm going to put them in a slightly larger pot. Just pop it in, give it a bit of a... Now this is my own compost, but I have sieved it. I'll just make a bit of room in there. And then we'll just have to hope and pray that they come on. They've had a bit of a shock, but hopefully they'll be okay. I want the squash because whether it be summer or winter, we like squash, but also it's an amazing extra for the animals. So particularly in the winter when they're not getting as much greenery and everything, I'm not pushing it down too much. When I water it, it'll all push it down. Just makes things a little bit quicker then as well. So it's got a bit more root to it, so make a bit more room. I mean, like I say, they've got two chances, live or die. I'm going to move that unit so that it won't get blown over. I'll put it over to one of the sides. Just means using the shelves is a little bit more tricky, but it is what it is. I can't do anything about that. And also it gives me a bit more room for tomato plants. So in this one here, I don't even know what was in that one. All of it anyway. This one here obviously is no good. Blimmin' shame really, but you take so much time and energy over things and then something like that happens and you get really despondent. So that one there is something and nothing, but I'll give it a chance. I always like to give them a chance. See what happens. Pop them back in the polytunnel just to give them a bit more love and attention. Seems that they've had a bit of a shock. Hopefully that'll be enough to bring them on. I have just planted some more as well, so squash, because I can put it all around the field, which I know that not other people have got that advantage, but I can't put it anywhere near the animals because although they can eat the squash, the leaves are poisonous to them, the leaves and the stalks and all of that. So so I have to put it in places that it'll grow up over the hedge, and obviously not let when I do have the goats out, not let them forage there, because goats are browsers and they should be allowed to be able to go up on the hedges and stuff. But unfortunately, because I've got so many, I can't go round and pick up all of the blimmin' foxgloves, so I'll just have to do the best I can with what I've got. So they have their hay, they come out and browse when I'm with them, and that's just the way that it is. Give that one a little chance, see whether it comes on. It's not so bad when you're using your own compost. It's when you're having to buy the blooming compost all the time, and it costs so much money, and it's not even as good as I would like most of the time, but it does the job. So that's the main thing. I know on Gardeners World this week that they did talk to people about compost and things, and also last week, but they say that they're nearly there, but the compost that I'm buying anyway, I mean, I don't pay a huge amount of money for it because I can't afford it, but yeah, it's not as good as I would like anyway. So that's those done. I will pop them back in the polytunnel and give them a water, and then just let them do their thing and see what happens. So I've sifted some more of my own compost. I'm just putting the bigger bits on the bed that need it. So it's a bit claggy, but it's be okay. What I'll do with the rest of the tomatoes is I'll put some of this in here. So this is nice, nutritious compost, and then I will pop them in their groups as best I can back in here, and then I can always pot some on to give away or to sell at another time. I don't like wasting things. If you've put the seeds in, I know seeds are relatively cheap, but if you've put them in, I like to be able to use them. I don't like just putting them on the compost, but we'll just see how those go. They might decide not to come on, but I'll pop them in as they are. And so as you can see here, I've put a pin in here, a road pin and a road pin in there, so that's a bit more secure now. Even if there's a bit of give in the polytunnel, it's not going to knock it over, so that's good. I've also given them a bit of a water, and then what I'll do is I will move them onto the tray below so that they're not standing in water, because their compost was quite damp anyway, and I don't want them to be waterlogged because the stems will just rot. So that's my disaster, more or less overcome. However, I've got one more to share with you. So the lettuce that I showed you in a different post, some of them have disappeared. So they've just been eaten. Some of them seem to be okay, but some of them have just been eaten. So I'm just going to have to plant some more of those. I've given my daughter the lettuce, so hopefully she hasn't used them all and I can pop some more in, but I have got some succession planting in, so we should be okay. So that's it for me for today. As always, if you could if you've enjoyed the content, and subscribe so that you know when I've put new content up, please do. Always helps the channel. And obviously always open to comments and advice. So wherever you are, I hope that you're having a good day, and take care until next time. Bye for now.